Hey guys, welcome back to another ShMoR3S Daily. But before we get into today's video, please subscribe and hit the bell so you may always be notified of my future videos. Drop me a like and follow me on ShMoR3S Gaming and Gaming News on Facebook. Also follow my Twitch for future live streams. Alright guys, I'm back for the news. I've been on here as often recently. Nintendo acquires SRSD, a development studio it has worked with for decades. Nintendo has announced that it is acquiring SRSD Co. Ltd., a longtime development partner that has worked with it on the titles within franchises like Zelda, Super Mario. If you've been paying attention to the video game industry as late, you likely already know that 2022 has so far been defined by one-word acquisitions. It started with Take-Two, parent company behind Grand Theft Auto series, announcing back in January it was acquiring mobile giant Zynga for $13 billion. Then a week later, Microsoft announced that it had, you already know this stuff. Nintendo revealed earlier this month that despite acquisitions happening throughout the industry, it wasn't going to change its investment plans. It also revealed that, until now, I guess, that it's not against acquisitions they deem necessary, and it seems acquiring SRSD was the next necessary move from Kyoto-based company. SRSD was founded in 1979 and has worked closely with Nintendo for decades, as reported by Video Game Chronicles. Not only has it worked with Nintendo on Mario and Zelda, but the studio has also helped develop Animal Crossing, entire entries, Game Builder Garage, the first and second Switch, and Ring Fit Adventure. This acquisition transaction is expected to be completed by April 1st, 2022. At the time of the writing, a price has not been named. I always miss the best stories. I don't know. Pokemon Presents is like tomorrow, 27th. So, ignore the... but there's a Pokemon Presents broadcast scheduled for this week. And obviously tomorrow, for me posting this, but, you know. New Pokemon details will drop on the Japanese anniversary of Red and Green. And Pokemon Presents will be streamed on Sunday, February 27th at 6 a.m. PT, 9 a.m. ET, 2 p.m. UK, midnight AEST. That date is better known among the community as Pokemon Day, the annual anniversary of Pokemon Red and Green, obviously the very first Pokemon games, launching in Japan back in 1996. No details have been provided by the company about what the presentation will include, but it will run for 14 minutes, and there's hints that it's going to be for the compatibility with home, among other things. I'm sure they'll have other things to show off there. I don't know about any new games, and leave that up to your imagination, but I doubt that they have a game this early in the pipeline, I should say. We'll see. This was the other day. I'm sure you guys have heard of it already, but I'm going to cover them anyways. Next year's Call of Duty has reportedly been delayed to the following year, 2023. Of course, probably the company was worried about the franchise because they kept putting new Call of Duties out, and lackluster results from what they'd normally be on a normal year, year after year. And and there's also the escalation of what's happening in Russia, so there's that too, or Ukraine. So I'm sure there's a bunch of reasons why they chose that, but Activision has reached out to IGN with a statement and report that 2023's Call of Duty release was going to be delayed to 2024. We have an exciting slate of premium and free-to-play Call of Duty experiences for this year. Next year and beyond, reports of anything otherwise are incorrect. We look forward to sharing more details when the time is right. IGN has followed up with Activision to ask if this was a direct denial of the claims in the Bloomberg piece that specifically that the typical major November Call of Duty release in 2023 would be delayed to 2024, and will update this story accordingly. So they don't even think, I don't know, it's possible it may come out in 2024 if they decide to delay it again. Said the next Call of Duty was supposed to be a Modern Warfare 2019 sequel, so Modern Warfare 2, I guess, in the rebooted series of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but that's what the early rumors are, but it doesn't sound like it's coming out anytime soon. Honestly, guys, I'm not really all that big of a fan of Vanguard. I like Black Ops, Cold War. I like the original Modern Warfare 2019 was really good. I actually thought it was, but they only supported it for so long, for like 3 seasons, if I remember. I could be wrong. Vanguard's just not my thing. Just World War II over and over again. It's kind of getting tiring. Tell me what you guys think. Oh, here it is. Yeah, that took forever to find. Microsoft is reportedly discussing a Fallout New Vegas sequel. I'm a big Fallout fan, to be honest with you guys. Not a big fan of the multiplayer genre of the Fallout that was recent, though. I would play it, but only because it's Fallout, but outside of that. But the fact that they're talking about this brings music to my ears. This is news from the other day, but I figured I'd get into it. Just saying. Fans of Obsidian's lone modern entry in the Fallout's franchise could be getting their dream game sometime in the future. In the latest episode of his show, Grub Snacks, on our sister site, Giant Bomb, Jeff Grubb claimed that there are ongoing talks at Microsoft that could lead to Obsidian creating a sequel to Fallout New Vegas. In an episode which was transcribed by VGC, Grubb said that this is very early, but people have begun to have talks and say these words and sentences, and these words are Obsidian and New Vegas too. And making sure they have titles that people want to buy going out into the future. Of course, Grubb's claims are extremely vague and should be taken with a grain of salt. However, they come with the simple fact that both Obsidian and Bethesda are under one umbrella. Now, this isn't anything new, though fans of Fallout New Vegas have said that that a sequel to the game has been possible since Microsoft acquired Bethesda parent company ZeniMax Media. There has never been any official word about Obsidian taking the world of Fallout for another game from either the studio or Microsoft. Obsidian's current projects include its upcoming Avowed, ensured that any potential sequel to New Vegas would be years away, at least something that Grubb acknowledged we're talking years and years away. Said Grubb, there's at least an interest in conversation happening about it, making something like that actually a reality. Obsidian hasn't shied away from its willingness to work with the Fallout franchise again either. In 2017, Obsidian's director for Fallout New Vegas, Josh Sawyer, said the studio would certainly love to make another Fallout game. And I hope they do. They did pretty good on Fallout New Vegas. I actually liked it. It was a classic. Valve has no plans for a Steam Pass, but would help Microsoft put Game Pass on Steam, which I think is quite possible, and whatever service that PlayStation comes up with too would probably be possible to see that on there too. It was a big moment for PC when Microsoft stopped releasing its games exclusively through the Microsoft Store and started putting them on Steam. It wasn't every Microsoft game, but now it's gone that direction. Just 3 days ago, Bethesda announced it was dropping its own launcher and releasing everything on Steam going forward. But Microsoft also has a Game Pass subscription service that's growing to millions of subscribers across Windows, and I have a feeling Steam's going to be like the hub for everything now, the way it's going. I mean, either that and Epic Games, or should be the other stores. I don't know, is Epic Games an independent company? Yeah, they may be owned by Microsoft. I'm not 100% sure right now. I have to look that up. That's grown to millions of subscribers across Windows and Xbox, and those games notably still run out of its own app, not Steam. When I spoke to Valve President Gabe Newell about the Steam Deck last week, I asked him if Valve is interested in its own subscription service, or whether we could see Game Pass games on Steam in the future. I don't think it's something that we need to do ourselves, building a subscription service at the same time. No said, but for the customers, it's clearly a popular option. We'd be more than happy to work with them to get that on Steam. Sounds like we won't be seeing a Steam Pass subscription anytime soon then, but possibilities at least exist on Game Pass games being available to download from Steam. There's some precedent there. EA's game service, a subscription service, was added to Steam in 2020, but the Game Pass would likely be trickier. The service currently delivers different versions of games than those developers release on Steam, which is why we often see issues pop up specific to the Game Passive games. He makes a point. I mean, all of them are programmed differently on that one service, so using all different code from different consoles, I would imagine that would be an issue. And they built on them. If getting Game Pass on Steam would help Microsoft sell more subscriptions, though, seems plausible it could happen eventually. Xbox boss Phil Spencer has also tweeted positively about Valve's new Linux-based handheld Steam Deck. We talked to people there quite a bit about the topic. Newell said if your customers want it, then you should figure out how to make it happen. That's where we're at. Okay, looks like it's possible it could come to Steam then. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna call it there for today. Your boy's throat has had enough. Any news I don't get to hear, I'll post on my Twitter, and I'll see you guys in the next video.